What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to 5 of the best guitars under $500 by Daryl Braun Guitar. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to 5 of the best guitars under $500 by Daryl Braun Guitar. As always, if you've not already, please go and give Daryl Braun Guitar a sub now. And I've included the link for the original video in the description. Please go and click on that and give that a like as well. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next, and let's get to it.
The third video in our little mini series where I take a look at 5 of my favorite guitars in a certain price tier. So we already did high-end guitars. If you missed that, I will link to it above. Then we moved on and I did my 5 favorite under $1,000. And today we're doing my 5 favorite under $500. Now we're certainly spoiled for choice when it comes to high quality guitars under $500. There's just so many to choose from, but I'll try to whittle it down to 5 of my favorite from different categories: modern guitars, traditional guitars, humbuckers, single coils, that kind of thing. And if I can find accurate pricing, I will put it on the screen so you know exactly what these guitars cost at this moment, and link to them in the video description below if you want to check out more specs on the guitars. All right, let's jump in and check out the first guitar.
Whatever the hell it is, it's beautiful. I'm guessing it's an Ibanez of some sort. That's my guess. And it's got a Floyd, yeah, that blue finish is fantastic. Normally I'd go into full screen mode when I start yapping, but that thing is just too beautiful to have my ugly mug over the top of. Myself, I've never cared for or understood the humbucker single coil humbucker configuration. Myself, I've never understood that. I only understand a middle when it's, single. I understand that then on a single coil guitar, you want that middle pickup for when you want to basically combine the neck and bridge, or the bridge in the middle, the neck in the middle, or the bridge, to make it a humbucker, to get rid of that 60 cycle hum if you want to throw some gain on that. I get that. But me and almost everybody else that I know have that middle pickup lowered so low because it gets in the way of your picking that it doesn't even matter. But anyways, yes, more about this guitar.
All right, you guys, let's kick things off with the high performance category. In this category, well, I'm already cheating. I've got 2 picks. We've got the Ibanez S series and the Ibanez RG series. Now, I've got to say one thing about Ibanez before we go on. They have an astonishing array of models under $500. So if there's a specific look of a guitar you want, whether it's a big body, a gem, the S series, the RG series, there is just an
I love Ibanez's. I don't actually have an actual Ibanez guitar, but I have 2 Ibanez basses, and actually my custom build is kind of modeled off of an RG gem style guitar-ish. But actual Ibanez guitars, no. I have 2 6-string Ibanez basses that I absolutely love, and he's not wrong. Ibanez has an unbelievable array of instruments, and very, very, very affordable, and just an enormous variety.
Insane amount of options from Ibanez under $500. And my experience is they're all quite good. And if you look at the ratings, they all get very high ratings. So You know, if you're looking for something specific, don't discount Ibanez. They make some great lower end or entry level guitars. And here are two of my favorites. So we've got the S series, and the hallmark of the S series is, of course, the output jack is on the front face of the guitar. All the horns and the body are softened compared to the RG, so a little bit more rounded look. And of course, the S series has
nice
humbucker single, which again gives a little bit, you know, different vibe and tone. So this one,
I don't like trems that aren't locking Floyds. I really doubt their tuning stability. I know you can't dive bomb on them, and a lot of people say it's okay. And there's been a lot of players, including one of my favorites, Beck, that just used a traditional Strat style old school trem, and it worked for him. But you know, I get too nervous about tuning stability. So I like the pickup configuration more on this one because you get a couple actual single coils. And he said they are single coils. I was looking at them. They looked like hot rails to me. You know, they look like hot rail humbuckers to me, but he said single coil. So, you know, he knows that he has the guitar. I like that pickup configuration more, but I would rather have a fixed bridge if I don't have a Floyd. So that's why I like the other one more for the Floyd, but I don't like humbucker, single coil humbucker. It's just a waste.
I'll throw the current pricing up on the screen. Looks like this one's about $400. Just a beautiful guitar. The S series is probably my favorite series from Ibanez. Absolutely awesome guitars. Now, if you want like the iconic Ibanez experience, well, maybe something like this RG would fit the bill. The pricing on this one is about $500, so it's like right under that, you know, 500 threshold, but you get just an insanely beautiful burst finish. You get, you know, a locking system, so, you know, bending up, bending down, locking nut. So for $500, as I mentioned in the individual review, man, you get that full Ibanez experience without spending a ton of money. So those are my first two picks, the S series for about $400 and the RG for about $500, both amazing guitars.
Squire? Or is it a lower end Fender? Oh, Squire. You can't really go wrong with a Squire Strat. I've got one. It's great. I got a hardtail in old man finish. You know which finish is old man finish. I'm talking about a Strat, old man finish. It's sunburst. Yeah, that's right. I have a sunburst Strat. You'll probably call me a boomer, even though, like I said in the last reaction video, I'm far too young to be a boomer. I'm still quite old.
Well, guitar number 2 is from our single coil category, and this is unsurprisingly dominated by Squire. Like Ibanez, when we look at the Squire models under $500, well, there's just so many to choose from, which is great for consumers. You know, Strats, Tellies, Jazzmasters, and beyond. Single coils, you know, Telecasters with humbuckers. There's just so many to choose from, but out of them all, my favorite or ultimate choice is the classic Vibe Stratocaster. And when I'm thinking about, you know, what are my favorite guitars are under $500, I always have to think about, well, does it represent the high-end guitar? You know, does this give the player a true experience of what it's like to play on a Stratocaster? And when it comes to the Classic Vibe series, absolutely yes. Same thing with that Ibanez. You know, I've played on the premiums and on the Prestige and on the lower end ones, and yes, you know, that $500 RG gives you the Ibanez core experience. Well, just like that, the Classic Vibe gives you the core Fender Stratocaster experience, but for a fraction of the price. So I'll put the current price on the screen there for you guys. I think it's somewhere over $400. But yeah, so that's why it's my pick, because you can pick up a Classic Vibe and feel like, well, not feel like you're missing anything, you know, from
Ain't nothing wrong with even the lower end Squire Stratocasters. I forgot who it was. I saw a video a little while ago of a session player from his home studio recorded a track for Justin Bieber that was a hit, a #1 hit on a $99 used Squire Strat that he got from Guitar Center. Yeah, like it just, we're living in an age that, you know, you can get a lot of guitar for not a lot of money at all anymore, and they're good. It's not like when I was growing up back in my day. I'm trying not to sound like boomer. Back in my day, there was $200, $150 guitars, they were horrible. You could never keep them in tune, yet alone intonate them. You wouldn't be able to get an open G chord on them that would stay in tune, yet alone worry about what the intonation would be like. The action was this high off the neck. It was just horrible. Now, you could spend $200 and get a decent guitar. It's crazy. Good times for being a guitar player. Or bass player. We can't forget our bass players. I am a bass player.
You know, a Mexican or an American, it still gives the player that core experience, which is why I love this guitar. Well, here's my third pick for favorite guitars under $500, and this is kind of my dark horse or unconventional pick, and here it is. Yeah, this is the Gretsch Junior Jet. What a cool little guitar. These things retail for $299, so basically $300, and have great reviews. They give you all that Gretsch kind of quirkiness and fun out of a guitar that doesn't cost a lot of money. And if you want the version with the P90 in the neck, well, that's going to run you $350, but the basic...
Oh, actually, I'm intrigued. Humbucker in the bridge, P90 in the neck. I have a custom build that is being made right now, that one of the things about it is it has humbucker in the bridge and traditional Strat style single coil in the neck. But humbucker in the bridge, P90 in the neck, oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting.
Version here, $299, or if you want to go to the Jet Club with the classic kind of like Gretsch silver sparkle finish, white aesthetic. Really beautiful guitar. That one runs you a little bit more as well, but still well under $500. So yeah, that's my pick. Just fun guitars at the end of it, you know, and you get the Filtertron pickups, just one volume, one tone, three-way switch. So just a basic rocker, but just has such a great and cool groove.
Nice.
You guys probably know, if you've been watching this channel for, you know, a few years, you've seen the Duo Jet on this channel, the 6118 anniversary model, those high-end Gretsch guitars. So cool. Well, this again kind of captures the essence of those guitars, kind of boiled down into a much more affordable package. You know, this one even has like the little thumbnail marker inlays and stuff like that, those fret inlays. Of course, yeah, the Filtertron pickups, and yeah, pretty cool finish on this one as well. So that's my pick for...
That is an interesting looking bridge.
You know,
look at that bridge there. That bridge, it doesn't quite look like a an Evertune, or is it? It's a very interesting looking bridge. Yeah, like I said, I preferred the one that he showed on the one listing that actually has a P90 in the neck and a humbucker in the bridge. You know, that would probably be very interesting.
You know, sort of an unconventional pick, you know, amongst the others. Yeah, these little Gretsch guitars, so much fun.
Okay. We know it isn't actually a Gibson. Oh wait, the one that he just showed that was on the stand that was twirling around didn't have the chrome pickup covers, and it was showing that they were Duncans. So what is this? What are you doing? You're lying to me, Daryl. You're lying to me.
Guitar number 4 on my favorite guitars under $500 comes from the humbucking category. And again, there's so many great humbucking equipped guitars under $500, but had to go with the Epiphone Les Paul. As I mentioned, an absolute legend, and the company Epiphone has such a rich history going back into the 1800s. They were making instruments before Gibson, but of course, Gibson acquired Epiphone, which means we get actual, proper Les Paul dimensions in terms of...
Sorry, I was doing that just so you could see. It's hard for me to point off the green screen so much on there. Those pickups are Duncans. So it comes with a set of Seymour Duncans in it. As I was about to say, I've got, a knockoff Les Paul that was only a couple $100. It's every bit as good, but it didn't come with Duncans.
So the body shape and construction. And as I've mentioned, these guitars under $500 are just getting better and better every single year. But I gotta say, the Epiphone factory has been making excellent guitars for decades, longer than some of these other brands who have stepped up their game. But these Epiphones, yeah, they've just been good for so long. This is an older model I picked up for $300, but when we look at some of the newer models available for under $500,
that I'm sure this older model, somebody in its use, that somebody modded the pickups, I'm sure.
$100. Well, we get, Les Paul Classics, Les Paul Studios, some of those Muse series, which are pretty fun. You Heritage Cherry, vintage kind of finishes, zebra coil pickups. There's a lot to choose from for under $500. So, can't go wrong with a Les Paul. They've got a great reputation, great tone, great sustain, and of course, a classic look. So that's what makes the Epiphone Les Paul make my list of favorite guitars under $500. So my high performance pick went to the Ibanez RG, single coils went to Classic Vibe, wildcard pick went to the Gretsch, and the humbuckers went to the Epiphone Les Paul. And the final category is, well, best value. What's the best value guitar under $500? Well, this next guitar pretty much dominates all others in respect to that, and that guitar is the Sterling Cutlass. Yes, this guitar retails for $499, and the spec list is pretty insane. Number one, you get locking tuners, and you get a roasted maple neck. These are features that you just won't find on other guitars in that price range. Locking tuners alone, for a $500 guitar is absolutely awesome. Plays like a dream. It just handles wonderfully. You can get it in humbucker single as well, which is probably what I would choose if you're going for a Cutlass. Go for.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, he said the best all-around value. And something that kind of does everything, but yeah. But you could still, even though it doesn't have a humbucker, in positions 2 and 4, when you combine the neck with the middle or the bridge with the middle, that's essentially a humbucker, but not a humbucker, right where it's supposed to be. Yeah. But yeah, okay. I'm not that familiar with that particular guitar, but I have heard buzzings of people saying that it's a really good guitar and a great bang for your buck with all the features. But don't forget, even those cheap Harley Bentons and all that I've been getting, you get yourself a cheap Harley Benton, you can get yourself some decent locking tuners for maybe 30 or 40 bucks that are pretty good off Amazon too. And even if you're not a tech and not that tech savvy, it's pretty straightforward to replace tuners.
For the HSS, that way you can just slam it in position 1 and get a little bit more grunt. You get the Music Man style trim system, which does hold tune, 2-point trim, simplified, just 1 volume, 1 tone, 5-way switch, and off you go. Contoured heel joint as well. So the list of specs on this little Cutlass is just amazing. So this is hands down my pick for the best value. It's right at $500, as I mentioned, but it has specs and features of guitars, pretty much twice the price. And, Sterling and Music Man are just an established brand that have been making awesome instruments for, again, years.
delicious.
So those are my top picks for favorite guitars under 500 bucks. If there's any others that I didn't mention, well, drop them in the comment section below. I'd like to know what your favorite guitar is under 500 bucks, if it's different than my list, or if you just have, run into a really cool guitar that's less than 500 bucks. Drop it down there. I'm sure lots of people would like to read that as well. Other than that, all the information on the guitars, all my information will be in the video description below. You can check it out there. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so. We got lots of great video content lined up for you guys. Other than that, have yourself a great day.
Okay, that was reacting to 5 of the best guitars under $500 by Daryl Braun Guitar. As always, if you've not already subscribed to Daryl Braun Guitar, please go ahead and do so now. And I've also included the link for the original video in the description. Please go and click on that and give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.